Yo, it's a blackout right now. Check it out. It's totally black. So, what's up, guys? Haven't been able to go on YouTube for 2 days because the hydro went out. 22 hours, I guess, but really sucked. I got home, I was in the shower, and it went right out on me. And then it went out for the longest time. 22 hours, like, very shitty, nothing to do, nothing to cook except anything on the barbecue. But luckily now, the 22 hours is up, and I'm able to go back on YouTube and watch all my subscriptions. I just caught up with all the NDFX and DS Clubhouse 1. I watched his 200th vlog. It was very good. He was in a nursery or a church, and him and his friends were painting. Since yesterday, the hydro just came back on. I was in Wheatley, little town near Tilbury. Went there to visit my dad, and I saw my Aunt Barb, and we hung out and watched movies. Returned to Treasure Island and Crusoe, which I will be reviewing. Crusoe. It was a very good movie. Alright, so I'll be reviewing the movie Crusoe. It's released in 1989, and it's starring Aidan Quinn. It's a real awesome movie. Around like 1808 in Tidewater, Virginia, this merchant of the name Crusoe, he's like he gets black people and he sells them, and then he goes on for a little trip to Africa to find more people so he can sell them. And then so he gets on his boat with his men, and they go off, they set sail, and so they set sail, and a storm comes, and it pretty much destroys the ship. It's shipwrecked, and then he wakes up pretty much the next day, and he's clueless of what's going on. After he finds a dog, and he pretty much, that's his only friend on the island, the doggy, and so the dog's his pretty much only friend now. And then Crusoe, he decides he's gonna go back to the ship. He goes inside of it. You see rats, and it's just filled with water. And he finds a rifle, and he grabs 2 more guns. And I also know he shaves. He also shaves quite a few times. I know I wouldn't probably be shaving on the stranded island. I'd probably just keep the beard and the good old long hair. So then later on, Crusoe sees these tribesmen coming back on boats with a dead chief master, I'd say the group leader. They got him in a wheelchair, and then they set him to fire, set him all ablaze, and then they even got some sacrifices. There's 3 sacrifices. 2 of them get killed, their necks get slit right open, and then just as the 3rd one is about to go, he shoots his gun, and both of them run off. The other guy who was gonna die, he runs off. So does Crusoe. Then later, they find each other, and then Crusoe, he decides says that the sacrifice, he's lucky because 1, He's got no one to sell them to, which he finds that very funny. And pretty much he's only alone, so he ain't gonna kill him. And then he feeds them some meat, and then he pretty much builds his own little fenced area, and he gets some geese, which they also survived, I guess, from the wreckage. And after a while, he builds his boat and he tries to put it in the water and ends up breaking. It's too early in the movie for him to escape the island. But then he also finds that there's these tribesmen that are visiting the island, and they're cannibals. Then it's time for bed, so chains him up because he doesn't trust them, and then goes to sleep. Wakes up the next morning, finds he's gone. There's blood. Tests is out. Goes on a walk and finds the heads of the sacrifices. And then he also sees the other sacrifice. Let's call him Lucky, because I'm pretty sure that was his name. He also sees his head, runs, and he gets freaked right out. So as he's running away, steps in the trap of another little tribes member, and after, I believe, he gets him down. Then after they fight into a pit of quicksand, and they're swishing and swashing through there. And then the tribesman, he breaks free, and Crusoe's sinking deep in, face covered in sand, and the tribesman helps him out, grabs a tree branch, lets it down. Crusoe grabs it, and he's free. And after the other guy goes away, Crusoe goes into the water. At this point, he's laughing hysterically, and because near-death experience, and he's just laughing and jumping around in the water. And at this point, he sees the geese are out, and the tribesman is actually cooking one of the geese. And now at this point, Crusoe is trying to talk to the cannibal while eating some meat with him. And pretty much this movie is ending. They build a second boat. Some Europeans come to the island in search of more people, aka, you know what I'm talking about, and stows away on the ship, and he finds a scientist, which the scientist has been studying the cannibals, and then Crusoe tries to break him free, la da da da, and he gets back. Ending scene I can remember is that Crusoe and his friend, they're sailing away. I really liked this movie, and I thought it was really good, actually. I don't know, there wasn't a whole lot of dialogue, because he was stranded in an island by himself, but what can you do? Tried a bunch of different things. It's all about survival there. But really, you guys should check it out. It's a real good movie. Catch you on the flip side.